Good evening, friends. This is Meenal here, your mindset and wellness coach. And today's topic, we're going to talk about how do we sustain our energy. Now, everything we do in our life, either you're giving energy or you're taking energy. Everything is about energy exchange, right? या हम energy दे रहे हैं या हम energy ले रहे हैं लाइफ में जो भी कर रहे हैं. So it is very important हम वो जो limited resource है हमारा. Today we are talking about sustaining resources. Companies में एक department एक function खुल गया है sustainability का, and they talk and they work on sustaining their resources. So are we even looking at sustaining our energy? I think वो भी एक introduce होना चाहिए. So we're going to talk about that very rare resource, which is the human energy. उसको हम कैसे sustain कर सकते हैं. So उसके लिए हमें क्या समझना होगा, क्योंकि हमारे पास we get limited, infinite नहीं होता है. The energy that we get in 24 hours, एक दिन में वो limited होते हैं. Now, how you use it, misuse it, will result in how you're feeling and where your energy levels are on a daily basis. तो उसे समझने के लिए we need to understand few things. कि resource हमारे पास 24 hours का energy limited है, हम उसको कैसे बचा सकते हैं. अगर हम उसको waste नहीं करेंगे तो we will be conserving energy, we will be utilizing it, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's identify some of the energy depleters. अगर हमें पता चलेगा कि what are the things that we do on a daily basis जिसकी वजह से हमारे energy levels low हो रहे हैं, हमारे energies कम हो रहे हैं, तो हम अगर वो नहीं करेंगे तो हमारी energy अपने आप sustain हो जाएगी, अपने आप preserve हो जाएगी, right? So what is the first thing? हम बहुत बार ना हम कोई भी चीज what we do is we take things personally बहुत ज्यादा. Now, every interaction we have, we think that that person is just behind us, हमारे पीछे है. हम कोई भी interaction करते हैं किसी के भी साथ हम बहुत personally ले लेते हैं. अगर कोई काम कर रहे हैं, I'll give you an example of a working environment. वो personal life में भी, family life में भी वही होता है. If you're interacting with one person, अगर उसने कुछ बोल दिया, if he or she feels that the work that you have done is not up to the expectation, and if they give any remark or if they give their any opinion, we take it very personally. Okay, that person is just not liking me. He always finds faults with me. वो family है तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है. Joint family में people have that they don't like me. They always gang against me. Company में भी होता है. They feel that juniors always feel the seniors are targeting them. So if you have that habit of taking things personally, please stop it, because वो एक बहुत बड़ा energy depleter है. The other person सामने वाले को पता भी नहीं होगा उसके he or she must have not even thought about it even for a fraction of a second, but because of this habit of ours we magnify things and we just feel the whole world is against us, and we cook up some stories, we fabricate stories, and this depletes us of all the energy that we have. We don't think only for that moment, right? That thought keeps coming over and over till the end of the day. हम कितनी बार वो चीज को सोच लेते हैं that how the person behave, उसके मन में क्या होगा. We'll start assuming, we start presuming what the person is thinking about you, whereas the other person may not be interested in you. He must have just passed a remark on the work that you have done, and that's it. But because of our habit, we magnify it, we deplete our energy levels for that day, and we create that habit. That habit will, we will carry that habit for every situation and every event in our life. एक जिन के साथ ऐसा interaction हो गया, we will carry forward that habit with the other person we interact. With that rule हम सबके साथ के interaction में apply कर देते हैं. So just be aware, and if you think that you are thinking, or if your thinking pattern या आपका behavior ऐसा है ना, so then stop it and change the way of interacting, or change the way of taking things personally. Second energy depleter क्या हो सकता है? Living in the past. All the while we only think about what happened in the past, what we were in the past, what we experienced in the past, and how good or bad our present is. Right? If we keep thinking, if we dwell in the past, there is nothing we can do about it. But still, you are in that background. You are वो पीछे के time में आप चले जाते हो, and that depletes your energy. You're not able to focus on your current situation or your current work that you're doing. That's a big energy depleter. So if at all you find yourself that you're just dwelling or you're just drifting away in the past. It could be some memory that has come up, or any incident that is happening currently, or any situation you're passing on currently that reminds you of past, and you're just going in. So just check, control, and pause there, and take charge and come back in the present. There's no need to go in the past. It's going to just deplete you of all the energy that you have. And third, very important, which is a modern day phenomenon, is constantly checking your mails and social media handles. So many of us have that habit, we've cultivated. Kuch nahi hota hai na, still we will just take our phone and, we'll just see what's the update on Facebook, what's the story on Instagram. Again, if you're working, then you will check your emails every 5 minutes. Boss, you can just wait. There is no rush. There is nothing. The heaven is not coming down, falling down. Earth is not coming to an end. World is not coming to an end. You can always have some timelines. Check your mails after few hours, 1 hour, 2 hours. Social media handle, you really don't need to be online all the time. Whatever the update is, you will get to know whenever you check. It's not necessary you have to check your phone every 5 minutes. Because what is happening is, when you go on your social media handle and you scroll, that's what we do. You first go to your Facebook handle, then you go to Instagram, then Twitter, then you have your LinkedIn, and then there is new thing that is started by Instagram, Threads. So what you do is, first thing is, if you have posted anything, you will want to check how many people have seen my post, how many people have seen my story. Then you will want to get deeper into it. You will want to check how many people have liked my story. You will want to see the friend whose story I had liked yesterday. Has he or she liked my story? If not, what will you do? You will start thinking, oh, I always like his story. He doesn't even have the courtesy to like my story or, comment on it. So this internal dialogue starts, which is really not required. It's not required. End of the day, you have some 2 hours, 3 hours, even if you've posted, and even if you think that, that story or that reel that you've posted is really important and you want to know, keep a gap and don't start thinking about, okay, if your friend is not liked it, he or she may be busy or he or she may have not seen it. So give them time and don't create that hustle bustle and that anxiety in your mind, because those thoughts and those emotions that come up when you're scrolling are just big energy depleters that will just deprive you of your peace of mind. इतना जरूरी नहीं है. No mail, ऐसा कोई important mail नहीं है, ऐसा कोई message नहीं है which cannot wait for few hours. And if you think, there is something really important that is happening and you have to be on top of it, yes, people have your number. They can call you up. If they have messaged you and if you have not checked your message, people can call you up, pick up the phone and talk to you. So just don't get so anxious about social media handles. It's really, really not required. And also some people have this habit of worrying. Now let me tell you what is the difference between worry and worrying. Worry क्या होता है? चिंता करना जिसको बोलते हैं. If there is a issue, if there is a situation, in your life, in your family's life, or if it is at your workplace, both the scenarios we will compare. So if there is a situation or if there is anything that has caused you worry and you're worried, okay, I would say worrying is not a healthy habit, but yes, you are worried. You have worry about that particular situation or particular event that is going to happen. That is one thing. And constantly worrying is very big energy depleter. Worry is one thing. Okay, your concerns, you were worried about one thing. And worrying is continuously thinking negative about it and continuously churning over it. So worrying is a big depleter. You're not adding any value. You are not helping resolve the thing by worrying. Just understand it once and for all. By worrying, you're not adding any value. You're not bringing out any solution. Instead, you are depleting the energy that you have, which you could have otherwise used it to find the solution for your problem, right? जो चिंता करने में अपनी एनर्जी डिप्लीट करते हैं, कम करते हैं, अगर वो हम चिंता नहीं करेंगे तो वो एनर्जी हमारी कंजर्व हो जाएगी और वही एनर्जी से हम सोल्यूशन फाइंड कर सकेंगे. Isn't that a right thing? वो एक बेहतरीन आइडिया नहीं है कि वरी करने से अच्छा है हम ठीक है ये सिचुएशन ये चैलेंज आई है लाइफ में, इसको अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. एक बार को आपको चिंता भी हो गई पर उसका कंटिन्यूअस चिंतन करना तो बहुत ही गलत है और बहुत बड़ा एनर्जी डिप्लीटर है वो. आपकी एनर्जी को सोक कर लेता है। आप चिंता करते जाओगे तो आप बिल्कुल और कोई भी काम में आप ध्यान नहीं दे सकोगे। यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू फोकस ऑन एनीथिंग इन लाइफ। सो वो तो हमें करना ही नहीं है। दैट इज रियली नॉट हैपनिंग एंड दैट इज रियली नॉट हेल्पिंग यू एनीवेयर। एंड कॉन्स्टेंटली नेगेटिविटी, कांस्टेंट नेगेटिविटी बहुत जन को ना एक आदत हो जाती है। कोई भी सिचुएशन, कुछ भी लाइफ में सीन आ गया ना, वो कॉन्स्टेंटली नेगेटिव ही सोचते हैं। वो नहीं सोचेंगे कि कुछ पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है। कोई एक सिचुएशन आ गई, चलो लाइक कोविड टाइम में बहुत होता था ये, लाइक कम पीपल लॉस्ट देयर जॉब, बट ठीक है, वो सिचुएशन वो टाइम ही ऐसा था। बट उसमें भी बहुत सारे लोग इतने पॉजिटिव रहते थे। क्यों? बिकॉज उनका सोचने का तरीका ऐसा था। ठीक है, ये सिचुएशन आई है, बाहर वर्क फ्रॉम होम आ गया है, जॉब्स कम हो गए हैं, हमने अपनी नीड्स कम कर दी थी, हमने अपना एक्सपेंसेस कम कर दिया था, हमने अपने आप को ऐसे डाल दिया था। वी हैड एक्चुअली अडेप्टेड टू दैट सिचुएशन ड्यूरिंग कोविड टाइम, सो वी हैव द कैपेसिटी। बट अगर हम कॉन्स्टेंटली नेगेटिव सोचेंगे, अगर तभी भी, अगर कोई भी सिचुएशन में अगर हम नेगेटिव ही सोचेंगे, देयर आर पीपल जो पूरे, if everything outside is proper, still they have the capacity to think negative and be negative. And there are people who are so positive in life, even if everything outside is bad, in a very disastrous condition, still they will be positive and they'll find a way. Why? Because they are not thinking in a negative mode. And when we think negatively, what is happening is, first thing is, when negative thoughts come in, they come in numbers, thousands and hundreds and thousands of thoughts. So they're anyways, you're overthinking. When you are thinking negative, it is overthinking, which is a big energy depleter. So whenever, in any situation in life, whether it is on your personal front or on your professional front, if you think that, the thoughts that are coming are not of good quality, are not positive, are not helping find the solution, and are only making you feel bad, making you feel low, when that thought comes, you feel very dejected, very depressing thought, or, you feel scared, that fear comes up, immediately stop and tell, no, this is not the thought I should be entertaining anymore. Because it's just going to deplete you of all the energy that you have, and you will just not be able to live your life peacefully. Leave aside handling that situation or finding solution for that problem. It is far off case. You will not even live your life properly. And one more energy depleter, I would say, is one of the habits that we cultivate. Which is that habit? Sleeping too much. Yes, many people have that habit of sleeping, They feel if I rest more, if I sleep more, I will, my energy levels will go up. I'm going to increase my energy if I sleep. No, but that's not the truth. Really, you need 7-8 hours of sleep. Again, it depends on each person to person, how the metabolism is. You may not, some people may be, if you have deep sleep of 5 hours, that is sufficient. Some people need 8 hours. So whatever your body constitution is, you don't need to oversleep. You just don't need to get into, 10 hours of sleep and give yourself that leverage, or give yourself that benefit. Oh no, my body needs more rest and I need to sleep. It depletes you of the energy instead. You become very lethargic. You become very lazy. You don't want to do anything. So if you are of that thinking, or if you are into the habit of sleeping more, please stop and just identify, is it the real sleep? Is that extra sleep, extra 2 hours sleep, which I'm taking on a daily basis? Is it helping me, or is it actually depleting me of the energy that I have? Oversleeping is never good. Now, there could be many other reasons of people oversleeping. People are trying to run away from something. They're not willing to face something in life. They get into oversleeping. Now, that's a different topic we can discuss some other time. But yes, oversleeping is a big energy depleter. And what else? Yes, one more thing is complaining. If you have a habit of complaining of everything that happens with you in life, you are only depleting of the energy that you have. Because complaining is not a good habit, right? It's something that, you're never happy with whatever is happening. So when you get into the negative mode, you always you pick up things, you find faults in everything and everybody around you. Even if the person who is working with you, if he's part of your team, if he does from the scale, on the scale of 1 to 10, if he's performing on the scale of 5, and today he's delivered, he's come to 6 and 7. If you're of that complaining mode, you will again find, you will always try and tell, oh, you performed only 7, not 10. Instead, see the 7 that he has come up with. Stop complaining in life. You may not have everything in life. When you feel like when you find yourself complaining about everything, just stop and think of people who don't have so many things in life, who are waiting to be in your position. Yeah, when you think about that, bring that gratitude thing in you. When you bring gratitude in your life, this habit of yours of complaining will automatically go down. You will see so many things that you have in your life. Focus your attention on the positivities and stop complaining, because complaining doesn't help you. It's only going to bring your energy levels down. And for us to be happy in our life, we need to sustain our energy. We need to boost our energy levels, at least the resource that we have. We need to sustain it and preserve it so that we are not feeling low and we don't feel worn out on a daily basis. One more energy depleter is not fulfilling your own commitments. Now, what does that mean? Fulfilling your own commitments. We all have gone through this. I have myself gone through this. Let me be honest. What happens is we promise, we make small promises to ourselves and to others as well. We'll talk about others later on. Let's talk to the promises that we make to ourselves. If you've made a promise that, okay, if I achieve this goal, this is what I'm going to reward myself. Now, again, this is something, talking about gratification that a brain needs. So if you have promised yourself, I'll take a very simple example of losing weight. If you had a goal of losing 5 kilos, okay, 5 kgs or 5 pounds of weight, if you had that goal, and you had promised yourself that if I lose 5 pounds, this is what I'm going to reward myself with. It could be a dress, it could be a coffee, it could be anything. You lost 5 kgs and then you thought, okay, it's, you just want to push yourself. Nothing wrong, but you want to push yourself. Okay, no, let me lose 1 more or 2 more kgs and then I will reward. See, in the bargain, what is happening is, you're losing the motivation. You're not fulfilling your own commitment to yourself. So for losing the 2 extra kgs, that motivation that you need or that energy that you leave, your body will not support you for that, because you have not fulfilled that commitment or the promise that you had given to yourself. So never do that. If you are, if you feel that you are failing on your own commitments to yourself, please change that habit. If you've told yourself something, please go ahead and fulfill the promise. This happens with small children, people who have small kids, they would have noticed. If your son or daughter who's in the school, if they, you would have promised them, okay, if you get good ranks or good marks in a particular subject or in this particular examination, as a parent, you will want to take them out for a movie or go for an outing or whatever promise you've given. And if you do not fulfill that promise, what is going to happen is the child will feel so low, so dejected. And in the bargain, what will happen? The interaction with the child who is not happy, who is dejected, you will bring down your energy levels. This is what happens. Because, what happens is you're not fulfilling your commitment, and that is having its effect on you and the immediate family with whom you had promised to do that particular thing. So you have to be very, very careful when it comes to fulfilling promise and not fulfilling promise and not fulfilling your commitments to yourself and others. And then let's go to the next point, which is again a big depleter. Now, what's that? That's something which is we all are unknowingly and unwillingly doing it on a daily basis. We are just being passengers in the life. We are being, journey of a life. When I say life is, we should not be passengers in the journey of a life. We have to take the driver's seat. We cannot lead a life based on what others expect us to do. Whether it be a family, our friends, a spouse, our children, our parents, whoever it is. We cannot have others take charge of our life and we just go through on their advice, or we depend too much on their support or their advice to sail through in our life or to go through in our life. what happens is when we are depending on them, when we are just a passenger, we don't take any initiative, we don't put in any efforts. Anything goes wrong, we feel low. And anybody comes and tells us something, we feel demotivated, we feel angry, we feel frustrated. So anger, frustration, all this is what are these emotions? They are nothing but energy depleters. Have you ever noticed when you are angry, at that spur of moment, you will feel so much of energy, so much of blood rushing through your body, so much of power you will feel. But after that bout of anger, have you ever realized that you will feel very low? Some people end up crying. After getting very angry, they just end up crying. What is this? There is so much of mental turmoil. So these are the energy depleters. Suddenly getting angry, then again getting into that emotional overwhelm of crying, and then they get into the state of depression. It goes on. There's no end to it. So you have to be very careful that you don't give reins of your life to somebody else. Get into the driver's seat. Don't be a fellow passenger. You cannot be just passing, just be a passenger as a very passive traveler. You cannot be that. You just can't do that. Another or big energy depleter is overthinking. Now, who overthinks? We just discussed. When you have negative thoughts they come in hundreds and thousands. So why do we overthink? Because we are overthinking, because our thoughts are negative. Now, when we overthink, what is it? There is only one thought that is required to handle a particular situation or handle a particular problem. But because of our thinking in a negative pattern, we think, and overthink. And at times, we have taken a decision. This also happens. ये भी होता है. हमने life में कोई decision ले लिया है. We have already decided that I am going to deal with this situation in a particular way. But वो decision लेने के बाद, again you start thinking about it. You start overthinking, and you question your own decision. Okay, was my decision correct? Should I rethink? Should I redecide? Is my decision correct? You will go and check with 3 other people. I have decided to do this. Do you think this is correct? You will take their opinion. You will rethink. This is nothing but you're depleting your energy. Once you have decided, once you have chosen to do something in life or chosen to behave in a particular way, you should not rethink about it, because that's not going to help you. Instead, stick to whatever you've decided and go ahead. Even if your decision is wrong, never mind. You will learn from that, but at least you will not deplete and you will not get into the dependency mode and self-doubt mode. Because again, self-doubt, fear, all those are energy depleters. You're questioning your own decision. You're questioning your own thinking. What will happen? Do you think that will make you feel good? No, it will never make you feel good. So don't get into that. Don't get into that game at all of changing your decision, overthinking and rethinking and redoing things. No, it's not required. Decided one thing, go ahead, complete it. If it doesn't work well, do it all over again, but go ahead and do it. This will help you bring your self-esteem, bring confidence, and you will be more powerful in taking life decisions. The dependency on others will come down, and that is definitely going to sustain and increase your energy. Just not sustain, that is going to increase your willpower. When we talk about energy, is what? It's our willpower, right? It is definitely going to increase and empower you more in taking more accurate decisions in future. Also, we come across people, who are always trying to please others. Now, when you try to please others, what are we doing? We don't see what we are comfortable. We don't see what makes us happy. We just want to behave or do things so that others are happy. So we get their concurrence or we get their acceptability. बहुत बार देखा है लोग दूसरों को खुश करने के चक्कर में अपनी खुशी को भूल जाते हैं. What happens is you're not sustaining. आप अपनी energy levels को बहुत नीचे ला देते हो. You're depleting yourself because you're not making yourself happy. आप अब दूसरों के लिए ही सोचते हो. You're just doing things because others are happy, because others want you to do. So that's not something you should be doing and getting into at all. Because उससे कुछ उनका तो फायदा होगा नहीं, and there is no way you can please or make everybody happy, and that's not our job. Please understand, your prime responsibility is to yourself. You have to first think what makes you happy, what gives you energy, what keeps you positive in life. Because if you are able to be positive, have good energy, and be happy within yourself, you will be able to give happiness to others, right? So we have to be very careful. Just don't go ahead and it's not a task that is given to you. You don't become a people pleaser. No, that's not required. And a very common habit which many of us have, and we know that we know someone who has this habit, that is for sure. What is that? Gossiping. Yeah, gossiping is a big energy depleter. What do we do when we gossip? Gossiping is talking about the third person who is not in our presence, right? सामने नहीं है, उसके बारे में बात करना. So don't get into that habit, because gossiping is not adding any value. And what is your business to talk or pass remarks of something that has happened, or somebody has done something and he is not around, and it's not your business. Even if you have that habit, stop it. It's not worth it. It's only depleting your energy. Just try doing that. If you or someone is into that habit of gossiping, try and talk to them and try and help them come out of it. Because what is happening is, if you gossip about somebody, this generally happens in those kitty parties or get-togethers. People get into this, but it's not healthy at all. And don't even interact with people who are having this habit. Let me tell you that, because it's not worth it. Because the energy, your personal energy levels will depend on the people you're interacting or the crowd that you are surrounded with. So if you are surrounded by people who are into complaining, who are into gossiping, who are into people pleasing, that is the kind of energy that you will be attracting to yourself. And you will unknowingly get into that habit, cultivate that habit. And in the long run, what will happen is your energy levels will suddenly go down. You will not even realize, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि क्यों आप, why are you feeling so low? आपकी energy levels इतने नीचे क्यों हैं? Because या तो आपने किसी की gossip की है, you have spoken about somebody, gossip is not something, अच्छी बात तो gossip होती ही नहीं है, or you are surrounded or you're interacting with people who are into this gossiping and backbiting and all. It's not healthy. वो नहीं करना है हमें. Because the quality of thoughts are never good. When you're talking about somebody in his or her absence, the quality of thoughts are never good. So don't get into it. If you're surrounded by people who are into this habit, please change. Talk to them. If they are not willing to understand you, you can always disassociate yourself from them. And change your environment. When I say environment, is surround yourself with people who are there to boost your morale, who are talking about good things in life, who are talking about progress in life. Today on WhatsApp, what are we doing? We often find people just forwarding left, right, center messages. I mean, you always have a choice. There is no need to interact or entangle into every message that is sent. Just don't read them. Put those groups on mute. Don't interact until and unless it is anything that requires your specific input. Don't even get entangled. I've seen on WhatsApp group, people generally, they post some incident happened in some part of the world and everybody feels it is his or her birthright to give their opinion on that. Now, what are we doing? Is it even required? Did anybody ask you? No, but we feel we have to give our opinion. And then there will be clash and difference of opinion, and there will be arguments on WhatsApp group just because they differ on their opinions. It's nothing but waste of time and waste of energy. Try noticing that. If you are into the habit of, interacting so much on WhatsApp group chats and giving your opinion and getting into a argument or getting into a discussion which is futile, check your energy levels on that particular day. And one day you decide, disassociate, put that group on mute, don't react, don't respond, or don't get entangled into the conversation which is not healthy. And when you don't entangle, see how do you feel end of the day. Check your energy levels. I am 100% sure you will be in a better position. You will not feel drained. So what is important to us is we start a day with full energy, and end of the day also we have to be energetic. We cannot be drained or we cannot be depleted end of the day. That's not how we have to live. Our energy levels have to be on the highest when we wake up, and when we go to sleep also, we have to go with full power and full energy. So when we avoid doing such small things that we just discussed today, when we avoid these depleters of energy depleters in our life, we will automatically be full of energy, and we will be living a better and fulfilled life. So friends, if you have any questions on what we discussed today, you can please message me, and I'll try and respond. And if you want to connect with me, you always have my handles. I'm present on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn also. Mindset by Meenal, that's what my page is called. And we'll stay connected. See you then. Bye-bye.